Hi, this is the Laguna where we got the creature's time. We got a dinosaur up here and we got crocodiles on the floor. They're alive. And this is one of the places I really like to have the game where you could go online and see the interesting things we have here and learn about all the animals, the creature's time, what we want to say. So far, it's the usual way of having signs, small pieces of things written on the wall, and of course photos of where is the different lagoon. We got some fossils I like to support. Here we got the small teeth of a crocodile. But I think the information level, having small signs in several languages. I'm sorry about that being twisted around, it's hard to read. But anyways, I'd like it to have in a different way, in a different type, where you can sort of game your way through this exhibition rather than reading all the signs. And therefore, we are very happy to try to create a game, even if this is some of the more interesting because it's live animals we have in here. But it also gives me the allowance. You can see the crocodiles, they are always lying very, very still. They're hardly moving. Actually, we've got a large number of people coming and asking if they're alive at all. With the gamification, I could be allowed to have small video sequence, for example, from when we are feeding the crocodiles, which is something we hardly do with visitors because too many people want it and there is not space enough. In particularly not space enough during Corona times. And it's very learning to see them eat the meat. So I'm happy with the opportunities to make a game also in this part of the NaturBornholm, the attraction. Hello, and this is my office where I got the game drawn up on a paper, so I had the idea I needed to develop. And what we can see here is the Laguna, you can see. So what I want is really a broad photo where you have to, with the phone, you have to go at different levels of it. And then you maybe see a mark and you push it and then you get the questions. So that's a photo with hotspots where you could push on it. And of course I like to develop games for the aquarium or a dinosaur exhibition. There could be several places within the museum. So this is the part with the back end, how you're working at it, how I'm working at it. Sites and areas, now we only got one attraction, so I don't need more areas than NaturBornholm. Locations within the attractions, I do have a few of. We got the Baltic Sea, the dinosaurs, the forest, the Laguna, which is with the crocodiles. But then we need to add on some questions here. So we've got some quizzes connecting to the locations. So this is what the game looks like so far, where we actually got the NaturBornholm, and this is a photo of NaturBornholm. So when we click in, we want to start a sightseeing, we want to start a place. And I'll show you another one, not the Laguna, but this, where with dinosaurs. The exhibition was so difficult, but we had this great drawing that you could see on the screen on the phone. You could push your way through the photo. I want people to dive into it, to explore it, and in the mindset, that is what you're doing when you cannot see everything in the first photo. So you got to move around. And as you can see here, there is a question. So once you get a question, you could answer the question like that. You can submit and you would know, is it correct? Oh, that was the correct answer. And then you go to the next question. It also gives people allowance to visit us, game with us, before they enter the actual place or even after. I think it will give people a very good commercial. I see it partly as commercial, saying, wow, this is interesting. But it's not like being there real, so we need to go. So it's giving away knowledge about these landscapes, but also trying, of course, to get more visitors.